Once you get a script of a video that's working, you want to see it, you want to dissect it, you want to understand, obviously, when you sit down and do it, how you're elementing it, how you're using the non template structure to create your own templates using heuristic elements, heuristic puzzle pieces, hidden enemy, smoking gun, deeper chord, new cause, mechanism, archetypal stories, different ways of getting different people different ways to self-identify. To yeah, that's my story, or that's my story, or that's like my story, and what did you do, or what's really going on? So I've been working on a new TikTok uh, profile, shop profile. It's just a few weeks old and getting traction now, being able to move and this is how I personally like to use TikTok. I like to make sure I'm using each account for specific offers or specific types of offers, so that when they categorize me, it enables me to get the best reach. Now, there's a lot of debate about whether or not that's true. Let's not get into that right now. When you have something that is working, you want to look at, so what is this element, right? This is that contrarian, going against the grain, exposing the truth they don't want you to know. The idea that doctors say you can't do something, but in reality, actuality, you can. And it's not just marketing, it's not just advertising. You can. Um, Doctors offer ACI therapy to people who have money. And that is an invasive therapy that extracts the cells out of the knee that make cartilage and collagen, the chondrocyte and fibroblast cells. Then they're rehabilitated and injected back into the knee. Themselves are rehabilitated in a petri dish and then injected back into the knee, where they recoat the slip plate with new cartilage collagen, help the ACL, MCL, meniscus, ligaments repair faster, micro tears, not full tears. So this is what has in the past week. Hold on, I'll tell you. And it's not huge, but shows where the market gap is. That this is a product on the rise. So and it's real. So it's a product that a lot of people are buying because it works, but it doesn't have a lot of exposure. Not a ton of creators are doing stuff for it, so it's a market gap. So that's just today. So 2,000 and then a 14,000 GMV for the last 7 days. So warming the account up, and all that starts becoming exponential as more of these get traction. So I recorded a bunch, but I wanted to show you that when you have something that works, first of all, it gave me a different way of saying the same thing. Um, I'll say before I get into this, even if you don't change a single word on TikTok Shop of a script, just the tonality is going to make a difference. Like, doctors say you can't regrow new knee cartilage, but this device and the science behind it proves you 100% can. Versus doctors say you can't regrow the doctors say you can't regrow new knee cartilage, but this device and the science behind it proves that you 100% can. Versus, okay, guys, so doctors say you can't regrow new knee cartilage. That's like what everybody thinks. But this device and the science behind it actually proves you can. Just saying the same thing in different ways is going to get you different results. And that it does include paid traffic, not just TikTok Shop. So if you are running a drop shipping funnel with your own 3PL, your own stock, that's drop shipped out of a warehouse, then doing this is to your benefit. You can do 100 of them and let algorithms, while it's expanding TAM, push more and more archetypal. Like, you can change up the archetypal messaging, which I'll show you in a second, and get more and more people, different people, telling a different story about the same problem to raise their hands. So here, I just say another. This train is already well thread. There's a shit ton up there for that and another product that you just saw there. So going back down, that's what she said. I just said another. Um, Doctors say you can't regrow knee cartilage, but that's not the full truth. The only hospital procedure, I would rewrite that. Doctors will offer rich clients a therapy called ACI. It's where they literally grow new cartilage cells that recoat the slip plate of your knee. The problem is most doctors won't, tell unless you're rich or they know that your insurance will cover it. This device, showing it, works in the same way, uses the same principles. It's not just a basic heat and vibration massager. It's not this not so ordinary heated massager. It uses NASA research near infrared, right? So I can change it up. And that's just taking the same stuff, but doing it in different ways. So UX testing, user experience testing. We didn't change the positioning and we didn't change the way we're asking people to self-identify, just saying it in different ways to see what gets the most CTI, call to identity. Much more important, the call to action. The action comes from the call to identity. Once people see themselves in it, they want more of it. They want to experience it themselves. Doctors only offer this proven ACI therapy to recoat bone on bone friction, pain, and inflammation. But this device uses the same principles and you get to use it at home while binge watching your favorite Netflix. It's horrible, but you get the idea. Let's see what it does with it. Doctors only offer ACI therapy, the hospital procedure proven to recoat bone on bone friction, pain, and inflammation to patients who qualify and can afford it. But this not so ordinary heated knee massager works off the same core principles. And you can use it right at home while you binge watch your favorite Netflix show. So, same idea, but I took the ACI and brought it to the top rather than kind of being contrarian to doctors. So, if the common thinking is one thing, you kill that sacred cow in that first line. And you then show that it's absolutely true. There's clinical science and NASA research to back it all up. So you can see just by changing those things, right? So let's do this. Doctors tell all their poor patients that there's no way to regrow cartilage when they know their rich patients are regrowing new knee cartilage using ACI therapy. The problem is it costs at least $40,000 and most insurance plans won't cover it. Start there. Doctors tell their poor patients there's no way to regrow new knee cartilage, while their wealthy patients are literally getting new cartilage grown through ACI therapy. The problem is simple. ACI costs around $40,000 and most insurance plans won't touch it. So regular people get told it's impossible to regrow new knee cartilage, even though the science has existed for years. This device uses the same principles as ACI. This 850 nanometer near infrared light penetrates deep into the chondrocyte and fibroblast cells. So the fibroblast cells, the cells that make cartilage and collagen. It actually affects the mitochondria, stimulates them back to life, literally re-energizing them. The more energy these cells make, the more new cartilage and collagen they make, right? So there's my value proposition. I read off of, I didn't go off of that. Well, I kind of did, but I changed it up. So you can see there's lots of ways to go about this. Now, if you want to do it as a regular VSL, okay, let's do this more as a coming from a brand voice VSL. Don't need to say anything more than that. Let's see what it does. Doctors tell their lower income patients there's no way to regrow new knee cartilage and end your war with knee pain. They say it's impossible. They say surgery is the only option, is your only they say that surgery is your only option. But those same doctors watch their wealthy patients walk into the orthopedic wing, get ACI therapy, and are walking normally without pain meds only months later. Right. So again, going off, and I can do the hospital procedure literally grows new knee cartilage on the slip plate of the knee. It works. It's proven. It's been used for decades, and it costs about $40,000 out of pocket, which is why most insurance plans refuse to use it. And I can change tonality. The creators, the again could be like it's been used for decades and costs 40,000. It normally costs $40,000 out of pocket, which is why most insurance plans refuse to cover it, right? Totally different tonality. So, same copy, different tone, different results, different ways of getting pushed. So, that goes for both organic TikTok shop and paid traffic, Meta, YouTube. Give me 3 more scripts, slightly simplified, in the same positioning, same basic opening. Just UX test. Most of the videos that convert for me are less than a minute. And that goes for not just my own stuff, but for clients, partners that I work with over the last few years, and then obviously decades. So this is not stuff I'm guessing about, but this is new. And by the way, you see the 5.1, playing around with it, seeing what it's up to. Every update can be dramatically different. Doctors tell their lower income patients there's no way to regrow new knee cartilage. They say it can't happen. They repeat the same line every time. But when their wealthy patients walk in, those same doctors bring up ACI therapy, the procedure known to grow new knee cartilage on the slip plate. It works, it's proven, but it costs around $40,000, which is why most insurance plans refuse to even touch it. And so you're doing the good guy, bad guy, antagonist, protagonist feel to it, not just killing the sacred cow, not which we haven't done yet. So what if we combine doctors tell their lower patients there's no way to regrow knee cartilage with, even though this device and the ACI therapy they recommend to rich people, rich patients, prove otherwise, right at the top, so that we have that good guy, bad guy element, but also kill the sacred cow, go to contrary to what most people are told or believe. Doctors tell their lower income patients there's no way to regrow new knee cartilage, say it's impossible. Hmm. I want to make sure and have the lower income patients with the no way to regrow cartilage. Doctors say there's no way to regrow new cartilage with the knee device being referred to at the top, that it, like ACI therapy only offered to the rich, is proven to regrow new knee cartilage. Listen to me. Doctors tell lower income patients there's no way to regrow knee cartilage. Say it's possible. Repeat it over. It's not listening to me. Did it do it over here? No. Okay, so let's just do it real fast. Doctors say there's no way to. Oops. Doctors say there's no way to renew cartilage on the knee slip plate without surgery. This NASA tested technology and ACI therapy, which they only offer to the rich, proves 100% that new cartilage growth is possible. That was sloppy, but it'll get the idea. At least in 8 seconds. That's what she said. Don't understand that. Doctors say there's no way to renew cartilage on the knee slip plate without surgery. They tell most patients the damage is permanent, but this NASA tested technology, and we can just go without surgery. This NASA tested technology in the same ACI therapy they only offer to wealthy patients proves new cartilage growth is absolutely possible. Right? Okay. Let's see that with a new script. So then we got that contrarian killing the sacred cow. It did actually leave off. Okay, that's not right. Doctors say there's no way to produce new knee cartilage to their poor patients. But this NASA research technology and the ACI therapy they only offer to rich patients proves 100% different. Doctors say there's no way to produce new knee cartilage to their poor patients, but this NASA research technology and the ACI therapy they only offer to rich patients proves the exact opposite. Awesome. Let's see it with those elements at the top with a new script times 3. So again, doing positioning prompting. So it's all based on one positioning. You know, it's not like we're positioning against opioids or ibuprofen or for athletes or, any other of that archetypal and market segmenting. This is showing how to get an idea that is performing and likely to perform way more so that you can test organically and on paid. Doctors tell their poor patients there's no way to produce new knee cartilage. They say it can't happen, but this NASA researched not so ordinary heated knee device and the same ACI therapy they only are offered to rich patients shows a very different story. And I don't like that. I would change that or even delete it. So you can see it's super, super easy to see what is working. Like, so it's the contrarian killing the sacred cow. Here I'm adding the good guy, bad guy, because, anybody who doesn't support the poor is by definition bad to the people who are suffering, right? I'm going to leave it there. Questions, let me know. Let me know more videos that you've seen. I had to take a little break, but I will be making more videos. And if you want more comprehensive videos, go to www.copyprompting.com. You do have to put in the HTTPS ://www until I fix it, which who knows when that'll be. And there is a 48-hour free trial on that. So I hope you check it out and enjoy it. And I also hope to see you in there. And I'll see you back here soon. Make sure to subscribe.